Yes, talking of jazz, again, going through my own work, going through the vision of art, I couldn't help feeling that perhaps in the course of this very year, I'd come to a point corresponding to the point at which I'd arrived when I wrote the vision of art, perhaps on a slightly higher level of the spiral. So I can't help wondering, whether I might not even in future be trying to express myself more in terms of poetry than prose. Because in the course of the last 20 years, when I've been concerned with the work of the FWB, I've given lots of lectures, I've written books, I've held seminars and discussions and question and answer meetings, but sometimes I've thought, well, wouldn't it be good also just to write poems and go from place to place reading them? Wouldn't that be an equally valid, perhaps an even more valid, way of communicating whatever it is I have to communicate?
Haiku. Depends on the poems.
Yes, of course. One is not thereby making any claim for the poem. As such, one is not even claiming that it is a real poem, but at least one could read it and see what effect it had upon people.
But silences can also communicate. When we encounter people, we aren't really listening to what they say so much as what they are.
Well, I can assure you I have quite a lot of experience of listening to people. The last few days I've listened at some length to, I think, some 60 odd people, some of whom have told me some very interesting things. But yes, we have to listen as well as to try to communicate, and there must be space for silence. I find personally, I don't know how it is with you, but as regards whatever poetry I have written, the poems usually spring out of periods of isolation and solitude and silence. I could almost guarantee if I went off somewhere on my own to some quiet place where I could be by myself, within a few days I'd be writing poetry. But in between bouts of administration and even giving lectures, it just isn't possible.